There's some new footage out about yet another humanoid robot that is doing actual work this time. Real work, not just dancing around. But this is really interesting, and I want us to view this and to think about some of the implications here. So this is the robot. Now, this is the Figure robot, referred to as Helix. And remember that this is heavily funded by OpenAI. So there's a lot of investment from OpenAI, from Microsoft, as well as using AI systems associated with that within this humanoid robot. Now, the powerful thing here is that it's doing real work as far as sorting. These bags look very light, so they might still be sort of the practice aspects, but I have received a multiple of really light packages that look just like this. But let's just say it's still training to ensure that it can do everything. But still, check out this footage. It's very interesting. Look at the dexterity going on. Look at how the robot is flipping things in the proper way, and it's going through so many different sizes, slightly different weights. There's boxes, there's bags, there's all sorts of different decisions that have to be made by the robot. Now, I really like this footage for a multiple of reasons. One of the big complaints that I've had in the past when we see these robots is that, one, they're either doing something silly, like doing a backflip, which again, very cool, but I want to see it doing actual work. So kudos, this is actually doing real work. And then two, I really don't like that most of the video footage we've seen has been sort of cherry picked. So that means that they're just going through and selecting, okay, out of all the video that we shot of this robot, here it is doing something good right just once, and we'll show that. No, this is actually over an hour long coverage of this robot going through and working away. And you see how every once in a while it'll miss something, right? An extra package will go by that it wasn't ready to do, or something like that occurs. So I really appreciate this footage, that it's so long that we get to see problems as well as successes, and all these different things. So very, very interesting footage. And the comments to the video are usually the best part, right? So there's some really great comments. One of them was that, hey, we're introducing a new video category, which is robot ASMR, right? Because it is somewhat hypnotic. You hear this humming of the conveyor belt, and you see this robot just nicely flipping over and making sure that everything is good, and then the package going by. So this repetitive nature is really interesting. But I really like this other comment that was stated by someone that watched this video and had a similar job to this. This is from a commenter called Made by Molo 1780. He states, I remember working at Amazon. I did a job exactly like this, at the top of the factory, all alone, hot and depressing. They only kept me there for a few hours, but it was soul crushing. My whole job was turning the barcode the right way up. Once done, another batch would drop down. I am happy for robots to be doing this job. Nobody with a brain deserves to do this. That's pretty powerful, to have someone that actually did that job and is now talking about how, hey, this was a horrible job. Yes, a job is a job. You get money because people need money. But this is interesting that this person was talking about how it was soul crushing and not suited for someone that has half a brain to be able to do something. So yes, I do see a place for these humanoid robots to be doing very heavy manual labor type jobs, or repetitive jobs that, again, are soul crushing, as that person stated. So that's really interesting as well. And on a personal note, I've done jobs similar to this, not quite like this, but early on when I was much younger, I worked at a processing plant. It was a meat processing plant. And yeah, for 8 hours a day, I would simply pick up these heavy pieces of meat and put it in a big box and then push this box. 8 hours. I mean, I was young, healthy, and strong, no problem. But many other people were working there that were much older, and this was their job day in and day out. So that would definitely lead to chronic problems, and they did have issues. So this is somewhat good that that the robots will be taking these type of jobs. Now, of course, we have to worry about displacing people and not having jobs for them to do. So that is an issue for us to think about. That is definitely something to bring to our attention for us to start to contemplate and to think about, well, what are going to be the ramifications and the remediation for this? Yes, upskilling is definitely something that I'm always pushing for. It's education, right? But that's going to be somewhat more difficult for someone that's older. They can definitely still learn, but it's just problematic because people need jobs. And that's something for us to contemplate and to come up with solutions. Yes, universal basic income is on the table for an aspect of that, but it's going to require much more than that. So that's something for us to continue to think about. The other one is this is a reality. You see how dexterous it is. You see its capabilities, and it's just getting better and better. The capabilities here of the Figure robot is a very, very powerful. So it will be doing real jobs, really helping factories, really helping in companies and in many different situations. So we have to understand that that is the reality. So now we have to go back and think about, okay, what about the educational aspect? Because this is a new reality, is higher education addressing this? Meaning, hey, if I'm taking a course in business, if I'm getting a degree in business, getting my master's in business management, I need to be learning about these realities. Do I have classes? Are they teaching me how to manage robots, how to incorporate the robot as an asset, as what are the costs associated with maintenance, and how do I organize this? What are the differences in insurance? All these different things to think about that, hey, someone that's getting a degree, that's going to be a manager, that's going to be working alongside or with or in some way with these AI robots, they need to understand these different concepts and have an ability to hit the ground running, meaning they get hired somewhere and they are able to properly manage robots. This is a real thing. So we need to make sure that we're proactive in helping to address this and helping to prepare students to be able to succeed in this new world. So I think this is a powerful footage that really helps us to see where we're at, and definitely this is what's happening now and what's going to continue to become part of our world and the workforce, more and more humanoid AI robots like this. Okay, tell me your thoughts, tell me your expectations. What do you think this means as far as humanoid robots working in companies in different situations? Would you like to work alongside a robot? How would that make you feel? What are the pros and cons? What do you think about this? I'm really interested to read your comments about this. All right, and remember that learning is for life. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you watching. Please like and share, and be sure to check out my new online course for AI literacy certification course.